Stone Age Boy by Satoshi Kitamura. An amazing thing once happened to me. I was wandering in the woods when I tripped and found myself falling down, down, down. When I woke up, I was in a cold, dark place. I could see daylight in the distance, and I stumbled towards it. Outside, everything was different. I realised I was lost, completely lost. So I walked and walked and walked. Then, to my relief, I saw someone. A girl. She was about my age, but she didn't look like any of the girls that I knew. And I don't think I looked like any of the boys she knew. She took me home to meet her family, and what a family it was! They looked very strange, but they were kind to me and gave me some stew. I couldn't understand anything they were saying, though I worked out my new friend's name was Then I must have fallen asleep. The next morning, showed me round the camp. Everyone seemed busy and had a job to do. Over the next few days, I saw so much I'd never seen before. People had no knives or forks, no plastic, no metal even. Everything they had was made of wood, stone, animal skins, or bones. I saw them making fire by striking flint stones together or turning a wooden drill. Fire is used for cooking, to keep warm, and sometimes to scare animals. Making tools by flint knapping. The flints are chipped, trimmed and sharpened, and then made into knives, spearheads and scrapers for cleaning animal skins. I had a go, but it was very difficult. Using tools. Tools are used to make wood, antlers, bones into bowls, spears and ornaments. Cutting a slice out of a bone, sharpening it on a grindstone, piercing a hole. It's a sewing needle. They also made ornaments, and in that picture they're using a throwing stick. You can throw a spear faster and further. Preparing and using animal skins. Skinning a deer, scraping the hide clean, drying it, cutting it, piercing holes, sewing it together. Using skins to repair a tent. Cutting meat. Preparing and cooking food. Drying meat. Smoking meat. Drying fish. Boiling soup by putting a red hot stone into a leather bag. Grilling meat. One afternoon we went to the river. The little ones picked berries and nuts, but and I watched the men fishing. They held their pointed spears high and stood as still as trees. Then, suddenly, swoosh! Their spears dropped down like lightning and came up again, spiking wriggling silver fish. Suddenly, a boy ran up, shouting and pointing to the hills. At once, several people grabbed their spears and followed him. And I followed them. Slowly, slowly, we crept forwards until we saw a reindeer. It was standing alone, munching the grass. At a signal, the others ran towards it, yelling and throwing their spears. And I didn't have spears, but we yelled anyway. Oh, it was so exciting. A spear caught the reindeer on its side and it fell to the ground. That night, we had a party to celebrate. We cooked the reindeer over a great fire and there was music and dancing. I joined in on the air guitar. As the days became weeks, and her people taught me many things. I was very happy. Then, one day, took me to a special place. We walked a long way until we came to the mouth of a cave. Struck flint stones together to make fire. She lit a torch and we went in. Wow! It took me a moment to realise the animals were only paintings. In the flickering light of the torch, they looked real, as if they were running all around us. Went over to the tools and paints the artist had left and began to draw. Suddenly, I saw something move in the darkness. It was a bear, a big, furious cave bear. I shouted at to run and turned to face the bear with my spear. I felt very small. Suddenly, the ground gave way. And I found myself falling down, down, down. When I woke up, the bear had gone. So had I rushed outside. The air felt different, warmer. I walked a long way, calling for but I never found her. Instead, I found I was back home. When I told my family what had happened, they didn't believe me. They said I'd only been gone a few hours, and I must have fallen asleep and dreamt it. Years passed, but I never forgot my friend I'm an archaeologist now. That's me in the glasses. Everywhere I go, I look in the past for signs of and I never stop learning from her and her people. Was it a dream? Maybe. Maybe not.